Hi, this is Chaz Palminteri, and if you're thinking about getting your eyes done, the only person to see is Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada. I flew all the way from New York to be here, and Dr. Rothman did my eyes. And all I could say is, it's a miracle. I could see. You see Dr. Rothman of LASIK of Nevada.
Living in Las Vegas starts now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, that groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. And now your host, a man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was, Mr. Scott Whitney.
You're my sun, my moon, my guiding star.
You may be wondering why I'm using that song. And the reason is,
my voice is way down here today. So today, this Living in Las Vegas podcast is going to be brought to you by the brother Barry White. What was that? What were you calling me? White chocolate? I'm a little white chocolate to you. Scott Whitney, also known as White Chocolate here among the folks. First of all, big hand for our studio audience. And a big hand for the live chat, baby. Yeah. You know, what makes me kind of the white chocolatey kind of guy is that I'm hanging out with a night of jelly sweet. What? Chicka bow wow. What'd you say, Barry?
My kind of wonderful.
Yeah, you are kind of wonderful. I like to call her Mrs. Melissa Whitney. Big hand. We couldn't be sweeter up here, quite frankly. It's little white chocolate, little night of jelly sweet. You know what? Oh, and if you listen, we've got other kinds of sweets here as well. Talk about that in a second. Hey, if you want to reach out to us, there's a bunch of ways. You know what you could do? I don't know, maybe some email on our queue at livinginlv.com, on our queue at livinginlv.com. Of course, you may want to hear your dulcet tones. There's a good chance your voice doesn't sound like this. But if it does, I want to hear it because it makes some people I know a little hot.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, God. 866-966-4599 is toll-free number. Callers are standing by. Callers aren't. Listeners are. No, operators are.
People, yeah.
And, of course, we love the fact that there is somebody, probably one or two people, in the live chat right now saying bad things. But the women there are freaking out because of this voice right
They're
here.
loving it, huh?
They're like, you know what? If I'd have known he was going to talk like this.
We better hurry up and get this show over.
Because there are some women who are going to want to, you're kind of little wine, little this.
You know I'm a big Barry White fan.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. By the way, to LASIK, Nevada, I'm feeling like a douchebag right now.
You can't help it.
I can't. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Got a new haircut.
Oh, I love the haircut.
But I can't.
We like the haircut here, right?
I can't help it.
Studio audience likes the haircut.
As a matter of fact, if you like this haircut, you should probably Twitter us at
Twitter.
Vegas Video. Yeah, have you heard of it?
Tweet?
Well, Twitter, tweet. The kids say Twitter.
Twitter sounds like something else is going on.
Well, that's. Stand by. Let me get Barry again.
I'm just saying. You mean tweet?
That's what you are. I know.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, yes? You're suing us for what? Oh, shit, really? Okay. What else do we want to talk about? Let's thank LASIK in Nevada for being a longtime sponsor. They're good people. 40,000, what do you call those things?
Procedures.
Most experienced LASIK surgeon living in Las Vegas. We are people who are in this building right now who have gone to Dr. Rothman. So if you're thinking about it, go to it. Wait a minute, Scott. Ironically, you wear glasses. What are you doing talking about a LASIK guy? Oh, they're on to me. No, I actually went. I'm not a candidate, which actually speaks to the point that he's not going to work on you if he can't help you. Okay, let's talk about adoptions.
Is our family getting bigger?
Our family is getting bigger. As you can see, we've got Scott, Melissa, and C and K and R and B and M or W because I
like the
forgot all their
Duggars.
names. What? We are like the Duggars. We're breeders.
They're at
know what causes that
19.
now.
They're at 19 kids.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Plus we have our own.
When was the last time they wrote? Never.
This morning.
I love them. So today's adoption email comes from Stuart. Now, here's what's fascinating about Stuart. Stuart actually is the genesis of the adoption wave here at the Whitney.
He started this?
He started the whole thing. This email was sent back to us in October, and we're finally getting to Stuart.
Well, we love Stuart.
We love Stuart. Stuart has given us gifts. That's not why we love him, though.
Well, I think he's interesting, don't you?
He's fascinating. Let's talk about Stuart.
Okay.
He writes, Dear Pop Pop and Mimi. Already he understands.
He's got our names down.
That will be our names when we have children, which might be coming sooner than we thought.
Do you think at the next meetup, people are going to call us Pop Pop and Mimi?
I hope so. Because one thing I really want is to sound and feel older than I already do.
Maybe we should make some T-shirts that say Pop Pop and Mimi on there.
Shoot me here, because I don't want to be a grandfather quite
We could
yet.
do, like the Kardashians and Britney Spears. And you know how they put like their name on
I
the
don't know
back,
where you're going to go with that.
back butt, like of their sweatpants. Like,
could have Pop Pop on
Mrs.
my ass.
Whoever or the
That's
bride
good.
or whatever.
Yeah.
We could have matching sweatpants.
They would say what exactly?
Pop Pop and
And
Mimi.
Mimi.
We could put a
So
word on each
We're going to go
butt
like
cheek.
Rum Bar with Pop Pop and Mimi on our
Well,
ass.
we could have Pop on one cheek, Pop on the other. Me and me. Pop Pop and Mimi on our sweatpants.
Yeah, stand by.
No? Are you looking for the gun?
No, I'm looking for,
Screaming?
for two things. Well, screaming, and also I'm looking for,
Tomahawk said no.
that ain't going to happen, princess. My ass is big enough. I don't need to have Pop Pop on it. Right? And who knows?
It'd be kind of funny though, right?
Well, it'd be great funny. But then, who knows who's going to come up to me and go, I got in trouble for this last week, so I can't really do a good thing.
Just control yourself.
Jingle.
Don't encourage him.
Okay. Anyways, Stuart.
Scott.
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Come on, I'm sick.
I don't care.
I don't have the energy to be beaten up by my wife.
You're going to have to get a fake wife pretty soon.
Well, okay. She will be nicer to me and pleasant and not call me names. Here's Dear Pop Pop and Mimi. I have a suggestion if you want to try out the whole grandparenting thing. It's now 32 degrees Fahrenheit in Moscow, and I would love to have grandparents in Vegas who I could visit when I need to thaw out. I am sure there is a way you could adopt me.
And yes.
Isn't there a drive-through adoption office somewhere near Stratosphere? Yours in hopeful anticipation, your Russian grandson, Stuart, age 10, or whatever you want him to be. So,
Well, he's not really 10.
close up on Stuart. This picture is fascinating. This is one of the first photos we got to the friends of the livinginlv.com website.
Isn't that awesome?
And I don't know if you can see it, but it says living in Las Vegas / Moscow, and then he's written the same thing in Russian. Now, what's interesting about that is when he did that, and this is what real adoption is, by the way. Kids out there, you put yourself at risk. That's what a real adopted child wants to do. Why? When he did that, about 2 minutes after that picture was taken, the Ruski police, what are they called? Kremlin police, Krem cops came, and they accosted him and say, "What are you doing with that sign?" And he said, "Well, I'm just doing a thing for a show I listen to." And they said, "We don't like signs in front of the Kremlin." And then they tortured him. So that's why he's a good son. So everybody, big hand for Stuart.
And we got to meet Stuart.
Stuart actually visited us here at the studio. He provided us with beverages.
And we met him, I met him out and about.
You're at the Mandarin Oriental.
Yeah,
right?
ran into him over there, and he's a great guy.
He is a great guy. And speaking of children, we have other children news.
We do?
Yeah, actually, I think Stuart.
Is our family getting so bad big that we need a newsletter?
That's what we need. One
A
of those
family
annoying
newsletter?
Christmas newsletters. And Stuart today got arrested in the Kremlin. he apparently likes to have gay. No, God dang it, you can't do that. Dear new wife, please not hit me much. Love and kisses, pop, pop. No, Stuart actually is a visionary. Now, he, of course, mentioned about us being his grandparents because Mimi and Pop Pop are grandparent names. Of course, we're not going to be his grandparent. He's our child. But one of our grandchildren here is about to have a baby. What? That's right. Our very own Christina.
Seriously?
Our very own Christina
Oh
is
my
with
God.
child. Big
Oh
hand
my
for
God,
Christina.
seriously. That's awesome.
It is.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Very good. And if you've
Are you
met
going to name it Melissa?
it's going to be a boy, which means it's going to be Pop. I mean, Scott. Scott, right?
You
Your
think
name is
it's a
Scott?
boy? Are you going to find out?
She's told us that we have to talk to her husband. Bradley is a good man.
Seriously? Well, congratulations. I'm so happy.
Fascinating name.
I'm so
If you've
happy.
met Christina, she's a sweet, innocent gal. I had to explain to her how babies are made.
Well, she must have learned quickly.
Well, clearly. Well done, honey.
Good job. Good
So, a
job.
big
A
hand to
for
that.
effort.
Also, what?
You know, figuring out how the babies are made. Scott said he taught you. I mean, explained to you. Sorry.
Wait.
Explain. Sorry. You said explain. Sorry.
Who's in trouble now? Not me. Not me.
Explain. Explain.
It was a video. My God, you made the poor girl cry.
I'm blushing.
As a
Even
practice,
I'm
we don't want the
blushing.
studio audience to cry. And yet they
Sorry.
are. Other
Anyways,
news,
that's so cool. When is the due date?
July 25th,
My birthday is July 11th.
which
just
is not even
saying.
close.
July 25th and July 11th. It could come
They're
early.
both July. Oh,
No,
that's nice. Now
sometimes
you're
the
bringing
dates
us in.
are a little wonky.
All right, just so you know, nobody can hear her talk when you do this show.
Sorry, I'm so excited.
I am too. Other news.
Can we could take pictures of her in various stages. You know.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes. Would you let us take pictures of you in stages? Why would you let us do that? That's insane. I know. I've actually seen, you know. I'm telling you, this would be a good show if I didn't have that radio thing hanging over my head. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to mention. Hell with it. Vegas Video Network, iTunes, Roku, YouTube, and KSHB. I owe 10 push-ups for that. Hey, other growing, groovy things. We're going to do a press release tomorrow. This is pretty cool, exciting stuff. August 30th, we changed to live stream as our content delivery network. From then to today, it's been about 75 days of broadcast days. And in those 75 days, we've had 1 million total viewer hours, or viewer minutes, I should say. 1 million.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, 1 million total viewer minutes in the last 75 broadcast days. Pretty excited. So we're actually going to do a press release on that with a live stream tomorrow. And so first of all, big thanks to Livestream for featuring us quite often on their homepage and their entertainment page. And good job to all the folks here at the Vegas Video Network.
And all the hosts. I mean,
All
that's
the hosts,
amazing.
sure.
All the good content. That's awesome.
It's pretty groovy.
Well, good job to you
Well,
and to
thank
Jacob.
you, Jacob and everybody.
That's awesome.
And we're gonna do a live stream of her birth.
Neat.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, it'd be fun.
I've actually
Okay.
never seen a baby be born before.
I have. It's fascinating.
I'm coming in. What do you call it? I'm scrubbing in. When they get their scrubs
I
on?
cut the umbilical cord twice.
I have never seen a baby be born.
You know how
Do you think that's odd? I think it's a little odd.
well, you haven't had a baby. Why would you see one?
Well, because sometimes people go with their friends or with their sister.
Are you gonna have
or
your
the
friends in there?
sister-in-law. It might be a little
Probably
crowded.
not. Yeah. But we're gonna have 3 cameras. We're gonna be all in there.
3
Live
camera shots.
Live from Christina's uterus.
Christina's thinking, why the heck
Live,
did I
Christina's
even?
uterus. Vegas Video Network presents Scotty.
Oh,
Why is she
man.
leaving? I don't know why. Hey, speaking of Facebook.
She's going to run out of here
I
screaming.
don't blame her.
You're actually going to get probably an Instagram from the husband.
No, he likes me. Speaking of Facebook, I'm
Speaking
doing.
of Facebook.
Right. That's called a seamless segue.
Yeah, I like that.
Speaking of Facebook,
I'm going to try that on you. Speaking of Tiffany's.
you do that. Every woman in the world does that.
I'm going to do that.
Are you kidding me? That's how every woman argues. Oh, I believe it's blue. I believe it's white. I believe it's blue. I believe it's blue. Okay, let's talk about blue. It's green. Green? How did it get green? That's the way it's going to be. It's going to be green now. Yeah, no, I'm going to try it. You've been doing it for 10 freaking years.
I don't sound like that.
That's right. You do look like this. You sound just like this. All right, speaking of Facebook, because I am Jesus-like, I'm giving away free music on the Facebook, on our Vegas Video Network Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Vegas Video Network. I'm giving away songs from my Chrism Acoustic and Chrism Acoustic CD. Free. Just go, take them.
I've been listening to that all the during my commute and stuff, and like when I was, Christmas shopping and stuff.
Does it make you feel good?
Yeah, I love it.
Does it make you feel kind of hot? It's me playing.
Yeah, that and the Barry White voice.
Yeah.
And some wine.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You want us to stop the show? Let me get over there.
We'll sit on the couch.
Well, you want some of this? little white chocolate?
Don't you make me blush.
Yeah, you like that. We have a new sponsor in the studio right now, and he's literally crapping himself. As we talk. But we'll talk about him in a second. Actually, we'll talk about him now. Look at this. Sweet, am I sweet? A little. Melissa sweet? A lot. You want sweeter?
Can we open it? I really want to try some.
Look
Is that wrong? Can I see it?
Our new, not our new sponsor, it's for top of the food chain, bread and butter. Can you see that? We had Chris in here. Big hand for Chris. Chris Herring, he runs Bread and Butter Las Vegas. Oh, there it is, right there is the website. He came in, talked to us a little bit on top of the food chain last week. He was great.
Can we have our show live from there?
Right, because I'm not.
Sign me up. I'm coming over.
I'll just roll me in.
That's over on Eastern, right?
Is it on Eastern? Yeah. Eastern.
I can come over.
Look at these things. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
That's
wow.
Homemade, baby. What? Chicka bow wow. Anyways, check out.
This is good.
We're going to be talking all about him on top of the food chain, and we'll take a little taste. Hold on.
Wow. You're going to like it.
Oh, man.
You should hand me the bag, though.
That's what?
You should pass me the bag.
Drink your wine. Oh, that's good. There you go.
Okay, seriously, I know that you're a sponsor and all, but this is really good. Fresh. Did you just make this today?
Why does it taste so much different than what you buy? I mean, I don't understand. Why is it different?
It's fresh.
There's a lot of love in there.
Made
There's a lot
with
of love
love.
here in the studio. Babies. Barry White.
This is seriously good.
Anyways, what else have we been doing?
Wait, what else you got over there?
Hey, how about we just do this now?
I'm just
What do you think?
trying to get a lineup of my shopping list.
Okay. Well, you guys go ahead and chit-chat. I'll have a little beer, and you guys tell me how the show goes, all right? It's good, huh?
It's very good with Chardonnay,
With
to tell
wine?
you the truth. Yeah.
Chardonnay and caramel corn? Nice. You know what? Speaking of sweet, we saw a sweet man this weekend. Last Friday, we had a special Golf and Other Four-Letter Words. We had the very famous comedian Bill Engvall on last Friday. And I want to talk about his concert. But the nicest guy I've ever met coming into the studio, probably.
Yeah, you were talking about a lot about how, approachable he was.
Yeah,
and
a little behind the scenes
really
for you
chatty
guys. So,
and-
normally these guys come in with an entourage, a manager, a PR person, blah, blah, woof, woof, all this kind of stuff. They usually roll in 10 minutes before the show. Andrew Dice Clay did a show with us. He came in 10 minutes after the show started. That kind of stuff. And
you never know what to expect.
No, it's pretty crazy. And so, we decided to do this special version of golf for Bill because he was here doing a concert. And so Jacob and I are here at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Friday getting ready for this special 9 o'clock show. And we're kind of getting things ready, and we're talking to Dennis about the show. And 8:10 rolls around. Bing bong, he walks Bill Engvall comes in with nobody, no entourage, but just a cup of coffee in his hand. He's like, "Hey, everybody," and he just came in and sat down and just BS with us.
Just came to hang out.
He really did. He's a golf fan, huge golf fan. So he just wanted to talk about golf. So he just super friendly. Ira and Marie came by a little bit later and hung out with us as well. And just the nicest guy in the world. Just friendly, approachable, and the perfect guest. You give him a one-sentence question, he'll give you 5 minutes and a story. I mean, it was just outstanding.
Where do you think he's from originally?
Well, he's actually I read his bio. He moved to Southern California to get his comedy career going. I think it's Texas.
You think from Texas?
I think so. And he's a good old boy and that kind of stuff, but very friendly, very nice, very funny. And we had a chance to go with Dennis and his wife Paula and a couple of their friends and to his concert on Friday night. And this is the first time I had been to a concert at TI. So I thought, actually, mistakenly, he was at Mirage, because a lot of those guys do the Mirage gig, but he's at TI.
Well, we'd been talking about going to see him for a while, actually.
Right. We actually wanted to see him and Ron White, and because he and Ron White come here quite a bit.
But we were big fans even before he was on the show.
Yeah. And so it was really fun to be able to do that. He was nice enough to come and see us before the show, so you got a chance to meet him.
Well, we got to go backstage.
Right. Did you like that?
Yeah, I always find it interesting to go to, backstage to like their dressing room and things like that, just to see what it's like. It was kind of interesting because in that area there was like the old original TI carpet.
That's right.
And, I don't know. Sometimes I never know what to expect in these like dressing rooms.
Right.
I always sort of expect, debauchery back there.
Right. And there were naked ladies back there, but it wasn't the bad kind.
It was, it's just, and we got to meet his wife.
It was lovely.
Yeah, she was great. Just real.
It was
they
nice.
could have been from Effingham.
But you could tell he was a pro in that.
Yeah, totally.
The way he got us out of there, I call it the David Letterman close. It's a sales technique. And basically it says, shake your hand and, okay, well, have a good show.
But it was close to his start time.
Yeah,
he
but
needed to.
There was no, hey, can we hang around a little bit longer? No, you got to get back out there.
Well, he had to get synced up with, because he had an opening act was a band.
The band who plays for Gillies, their restaurant, bar.
And they just opened for someone really famous.
Austin Law is what they're called.
But didn't they just open for Tim McGraw down in Southern California somewhere?
They're very good.
They must be
but what's
really
interesting,
doing well.
So what's the concert venue there at TI? I didn't know they had one. Well, it's the Mystere stage for Cirque du Soleil.
So really not a bad, seat in the house, right?
It's a I'm not sure how many people were or how many seats, maybe less than 1,000 probably. But a great venue to watch a stand-up or a concert, anything like that, because like Melissa said, not a bad seat in the house. And it doesn't look Mystere-ish during that time. It just looks like a regular concert place.
Looks like a regular comedy stage.
Yeah,
there's just like a microphone and a chair up there.
Right.
But didn't he seem just like so seasoned, just totally comfortable?
Well, he's, it was kind of cool because he had this band come out and he actually sang a song with them about.
Hey, were you surprised he was such a good singer?
He was a pretty good singer, wasn't he?
I thought he was a good singer.
He didn't have.
He wasn't Barry White, but I thought he did pretty well.
He did a nice job. He was very nice to the band who opened for them, and
well, it sounds like they went way back.
Yeah, and then he did his concert probably an hour or so long. We had amazing seats, and he crushed it. I mean, the crowd was into him. We had a good time. It's just like I said, a really great venue to see stuff. I didn't know TI was doing concerts. Now that I know,
not a concert, it's really a show.
Well,
right?
it's a show. But now that I know that they have that and they're using the Mystere stage, we haven't been to Mystere. Have you been to Mystere?
I went to Mystere a long time ago.
Well, I took the kids there back in 2000, so it's been 11 years, and I don't remember it being such a small venue, much smaller than I expected. So it kind of makes me want to go back.
Well, maybe that's because you were corralling too,
Could have been, and I was really drunk at the time. Maybe. Parenting 101. So it makes me want to go back to Mystere again because I forgot how small that room is.
Really?
Yeah. Really, it's actually the classic.
It is a classic. I agree with that. But I thought Bill was great. I really enjoyed it.
He was very, very good. So a couple things. First of all, thanks Bill for hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
And go see him. He's in town regularly, so I would definitely recommend people when he is here.
Yeah.
You know, go see him. It was a fantastic comedy show.
As a matter of fact, he said
really intimate.
He hung out at Gillies afterwards. He said he was going to go out there and have a couple drinks afterwards.
Yeah.
Good guy. If you want to get a good sense for him off stage, you know, not the comedy guy, watch Golf and Other Four-Letter Words. He did just a bang-up job. Some great stories about playing with other pros and all. And so thanks very much to Bill and for Dennis for getting us the tickets and all that good stuff.
Don't you love living in a city where we can go to a comedy show one night, and the next night we could go see
a live birthing,
or the next night we could go see some famous, you know, musician in town or whatever. It's cool, don't you think?
This is a good place. And a live
we can go down to Bread and Butter and.
Oh yeah, we got a couple photos. Thank you. This is a photo of that's Bill Engvall and me.
Standard Scott Whitney pose there
golf.
now.
Yes, I think I might be going weary of the that Brant Tober vibe. I think I may lose it now.
Really? You're done?
I think I might be done.
Wow.
I was very happy that I was taller than him. That made me pretty happy. Anyway, see how nice he is? Look at him. Just a happy guy. Thank you for reminding me that we had the photos.
You all look like happy guys there.
We're all happy guys, except for Dennis.
He looked pretty happy there.
Miserable SOB. Hey, you know what?
He is not.
I know. Oh, even the mom-to-be said he's a little bit miserable. Okay. This Christmas party Saturday should be a lot of fun, huh? Vegas Video Network Christmas party. We're going to put Christina and Dennis in a ring and just let them duke it out. I'm betting on Christina. That's why you'll just beat his ass faster. Okay.
You can just say it was hormones. Oh.
Put money on the Federale. There it is. Hey, you know what it feels like?
Are you the Federale?
Like, she is. It feels like listener email time. Let's do that.
Do I get a read?
Yeah. And that's why I love life. Hey, this is the viewer email portion of the show. How do you send us those emails? Well, you email them to onairq@livinginlv.com. Again, onairq@livinginlv.com. And the way we play this out is if a male species sends the content, I read it with my dulcet voice. If, in fact, a female, some would argue the stronger species, where to send that stuff in, Melissa.
You know, there's a reason why the women have the babies, because we're stronger.
Or we're smarter. And today's email will be from Christina. Christina.
Boy, that sounds so familiar.
Sounds familiar. Please read on.
It says, Melissa and Scott. Notice I should put my name first. Very smart. As you know, I just moved to Las Vegas this summer. I love the holiday season, but this year I just can't seem to get in the spirit. Do you have any suggestions of what to do and see here in Las Vegas during the holiday season? Happy holidays, Christina.
Dewey.
AKA Federale, I guess. P.S. Would have asked you in person, but I'm confident the Living in Las Vegas viewers would like to know all the fun holiday events too.
Associate producer right there, making that kind of thing happen. That's well played. Yes, we do. We have several for you. I know it can be lonely here in Las Vegas without the Christmas spirit. I know. I know, honey. I'm going to help you. Do you like chocolate? You love it? That's great. That's great. She does this.
I know. What?
Wait, I'm going to take down her stocking. Sorry, Jacob. I'm going to give you 4 cool places to go. Number 1, the Ethel M. Chocolates Cactus Garden. Have you been to this? It is so much fun. So we did this last year. As a matter of fact, Chris Phillips, Zoe Bowie opened it, did the opening ceremonies this year, I believe. And so what they have, so Ethel M. is a chocolate factory here.
It's like Mars family.
Right, Mars owns them. They make a lot of the lovely Snickers. That if you eat a Snickers, It could have been made here in Las Vegas.
Ethel M chocolates, like the premium brand.
Very fancy stuff. You'll see stores in like a fashion show. You'll see it at the airport. 2 words, 1 word, 2 syllables. First word. And it's the cold really that's affected me. You know,
And you haven't even taken a hit of the NyQuil yet.
I had a couple NyQuils before a couple beers. Yee-hee. Thank you, Wayne. But what they have is, besides a cool tour, so you can tour the factory, and they have a big candy place so you can buy candy and stuff. But they have this huge cactus garden. I believe it's the largest cactus garden
humongous.
in the United States, I believe. And even if it's not, let's say it is.
So far, Christy is like, yeah,
Wait a minute,
cactus,
Wait,
Christmas.
hold on, stand by. And then they decorate it with thousands and thousands and thousands of lights. It is beautiful.
You would not imagine.
It's really the grooviest.
You would not imagine that a cactus garden could be so beautiful.
I got to tell you the behind the scenes what's going on right now. So Christina's doing this. And meanwhile,
No, she's thinking, is that all you got?
Literally, we have an audience member, Maurice, is leaning forward. No, it's really good. No, it's much better than it's.
They're not lying to you. It's really good.
It's good. You should go.
It's really cool.
I have a jazz band playing there. It's very, very groovy.
You do a little tour.
We consider that one of the cool places. Second place, everybody knows this. You've already been there. I know that. The Bellagio Botanical Gardens is all winterized right now.
And then I'm sure there's a place there where you could get there's around the corner at the Bellagio, there's that chocolate factory, because I know you love chocolate. But you can go around over there and get a hot chocolate, and then you could walk around through, the Bellagio atrium.
Right, because what happens there is every quarter, every season, they change the decorations there, right?
Yeah, so it should be pimped out with Christmas stuff.
Hopefully there'll be some cactus with lights on them, because I know how much you like that from the last one. Hey, my God. She's like, really? Cactus? Lights? Who are you people? The freaking... another place. These are all outdoor places that she's going to hate. Springs Preserve. Have you heard of this place? So we've been there before. We've done a show on it. It's a pretty cool outdoorsy. Really a Vegas-centric, kind of Vegas without the lights. The background, the history, the outdoorsy stuff. You like hiking?
It's more like an educational place. It's not like Vegas. It's like a
about the Vegas
nature
background.
educational
Like
place.
Dinosaurs.
It does give you the history of Vegas.
Right.
Like who settled here first.
The Wittosaurus Rex. That's me.
Wittosaurus Rex.
Wittosaurus Rex.
Because you are crunchy.
And you are crunchy and good with ketchup. Okay. Anyways, Spring Preserve. Haven't you ever heard that? Do not anger the dragon.
That's just a you thing.
Or to the dragon, you are crunchy and good with ketchup.
That's what he used to tell his kids,
That's
his real ones.
The kids would piss me off. I'd go, don't anger the dragon. Because to the dragon, you are crunchy and good with ketchup. And they haven't
There's
called
some
us
parody
sex.
101 for you.
Right. See all the things you're going to learn? That's right.
You're going to learn so much by hanging out here in the
Oh, by the
studio.
way, I forgot to mention this. We're very proud that our child, Christina, is having a baby. But for Heather and Savannah, we don't want you to do that.
Well,
We want to
Christina's
continue to
married.
believe that you have not had sex. Please, for the love of God, don't tell Daddy about that. Okay, let's go back to the holiday stuff. More cactus and lights. Okay. Springs Preserve has a Winter Lights Festival. Winter lights, outdoor. It's 25 degrees out. Should be fun.
And you know what else is cool about the Springs Preserve is they have a real nice cafe there. I think it's Wolfgang Puck.
It is.
And so you can actually go there, spend the day, look at all the exhibits. Some of it is like interactive stuff.
Probably at night. She asked the probing question.
No, but
when do
it
they
gets
put on the
dark out
lights?
early. So you get there at 3. You get there at 3.
Noon.
You go and you get there at 3. You check out all the exhibits. You go and
Hold
have
on.
an early
Spring
dinner,
Preserve's on
and
the
then the
phone.
lights will be on.
Yes? Okay. Yeah, they turn on the lights at noon.
So you go and you spend a couple hours.
They give you sunglasses. Okay, great. Thanks. Good.
It's the perfect. It'd be a great date. It'd be a great date thing.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So far, she's loving this. Here's an idea. Why don't you just get some alcohol?
Eggnog.
Right, get some eggnog. We're going to have eggnog on, I know. We're going to have eggnog, homemade eggnog on top of the food chain on Thursday. You know, look, it's okay to have a couple drinks. My mom drank. Look at me. Speaking of which, I believe Wayne has a question from the live chat. Tell us, Wayne, what you got, brother?
Yeah, we're talking here in the chat. What are some of the prices like for these places to get into them?
They're all free.
Really?
I don't think
Springs
that's true.
Preserve?
They're not. They're
Usually
not. I
Springs
lied.
Preserve.
Let's see. Ethel free. Bellagio, free. Springs Preserve, I think it's probably $8.
There is a fee at Springs Preserve.
Right.
But at least I think
I think for
Preserve is
the
kinda
nighttime
cool.
thing, I think to get in there during the day to see all their exhibits, I think it was like 13 or something like that for
It
adults.
was kind of pricey, but you know, it's a little actual bit of culture here and educational.
And you
here
might see the Whitneyosaurus,
in Vegas.
which is a classic animal. And finally, for the Christmas holiday thing that Christina can't wait to do, Opportunity Village Magic Forest. And this is the #1 holiday attraction in Las Vegas, according to...
Now, are they still doing that?
Yes, they are.
Because they had troubles finding a place to have it. They used to have it over at Sunset Park, I think.
Yeah, this is...
And the fee got too expensive.
Yeah, it's
so
a
now
different
they
place.
have it out at the racetrack. But is it... I
It's
haven't
not
heard...
there now. It's somewhere else now.
I was going to say, I haven't...
Yeah, that's where it is. That's right.
Oh, you know, I haven't heard any ads.
That was fascinating. So we just told her what it was, and she said, yeah, I know where it is.
Well, she wasn't sure what it was.
So, millions.
you gotta
so
go
here's
check
what
it
they say. They have a little passenger train, millions of lights. Do you like lights? Everybody loves lights. Everybody. And that's right. And that's, so you're going to go see, you're going to be on a little train, you know, and you can walk around, and you're going to see millions of lights, and your heart's going to get big like the Grinch, which is kind of cool. And what else are you going to see? An enchanted carousel. Come on, you can't beat that. Even if you're pregnant, you can get on a carousel. You might puke a little, so what? So what? They got food. It's not as good as this food, probably. But
I'm hiding it over here.
Well, that's fine. But so...
You have 4 things?
Yes, you have more?
Well, they used to have a ice skating rink out at Lake Las Vegas.
I forgot that. Are they doing that still?
So I don't know if they're still doing it, but it's something to check out. They had a platform or whatever out on Lake
the water.
out at Lake Las Vegas. That could be fun. They've been really trying to put some money and develop that area. So we haven't been out there in a while. We should go out there actually and check it out.
Check that out.
So you know, Google it. I don't know that it is open this year, but they used to have an ice skating rink out there. And then you can also go up to the Mount Charleston.
Oh, jeez.
And
Thank God you're in this show.
I'm just saying,
Charleston.
we do actually love to go up to Mount Charleston. They get a lot of snow up there. There's actually a ski and snowboard resort. But they have a lodge. You could go up there, especially, there might even be snow up there. There was snow on the mountain range. I don't know if anyone saw that today. There was snow over there by the mountains near Summerlin.
Yeah.
So they probably have really started to get some snow up there. But you can go up to Mount Charleston, and you could go.
Nice lodge.
You could get some sleds and go sled riding and.
Snowboard? Okay.
You can try.
Do it.
But you can go sled riding. But you can also go down to just go up there because it's like pine trees and foresty, and you could get
rum without the rum.
You could get hot chocolate and be in the snow, and it's just so weird to see that. So
good.
Those are a couple of things that you could do.
Hey, Christina, the live chat has a question for you. What do you got?
The live chat actually has some information for her. Bob Scott did some of the legwork for us. Springs Preserve
That's our other son.
opens at 5.
There you go.
So no daytime lights. But from 5 to 9, it is 8 a.m. for adults and $5 for kids.
By the way, I don't know if you guys count.
Wait, can you say that again? $8?
Yeah, $8 for adults and $5 for kids.
Wow.
Did he find out what the Opportunity Village was? I saw the pricing. I forgot it. It's like $13 for adults, something like that.
I don't know, but I'll get him on that.
That was Bob Scott, one of our kids. See, all of our kids work together as a team. I taught that.
We're a family.
You know, that's why we're all kind of together. By the way, do you know how large my children were when they were born. Heather was 10.5 pounds, and Savannah was 10 pounds 8 ounces, or 10 pounds 8 ounces.
They came out talking.
They were big. They were big kids. They were. Oh, it was good. Yeah, we put them to work right away.
They actually slept through the night right away, right?
First night, they slept through the night. Thank God for rum. Anyway, that's not right. Hey, why don't we take a break, and we're going to do our first Hot and Horrible in a long time, and then we're going to talk about some other Christmassy stuff. This is the Living in Las Vegas podcast. I'm Barry White. We'll be right back.
Traditional media believes that after about 3 minutes, you'll tune out. Most Vegas media companies think if it doesn't jiggle, you won't tune in. At the Vegas Video Network, we think both are wrong. The Vegas Video Network is the first and only live online broadcast network that specializes in insider news and expert views about Vegas. We combine great storytelling with the ability to watch when and where you want on your computer, mobile device, or television. Discover the real Las Vegas. Visit VegasVideoNetwork.com.
Do it now. Hey, just a reminder, I'm gonna tell you a little again about that Facebook deal. If you want to get the free Christmas music that I did many years ago, go to the Facebook page. It's Facebook.com/Vegas Video Network. Look at that. There's Carol Mayer right now looking at one of our videos or whatever audio things, and it's free and it's pretty good.
It is. I love your music. I'm not saying that just because I'm married to you, but I honestly really love it.
And now it's time for the first time in, gosh, months, a little bit of Hot and Horrible. Want to dance?
Later.
Let's do.
Later. That's not good.
I think we'll just keep doing this until you give me a little bit of
The
lemon.
growl.
Okay, I'm sorry. Stop. Kind of
I
lost.
forgot there was a show going on.
Kind of lost ourselves for a bit there. And now time for the pay-per-view version of the Living in Las Vegas. I'll start by taking off my shoes. And now let's get crazy. Anyways, this is the part of the show that we almost never do, where Melissa tells you why she likes or dislikes something. I have no say in it.
That's not true.
No say. Hot and Horrible. We haven't done this in a while. Today we're going to talk about a famous restaurant here in the Vegas, a little place called Carnevino. Carnevino. Melissa was there last evening.
I went last night.
Tell us a little bit about your experience.
Well, it was really interesting because I actually went to dinner with a vendor, so someone that I work with at work, and he's French and a foodie. So he's coming to town. He's like, hey, just pick a place.
Any place.
But let's
Cost
go.
is no limit.
Let's go out. Let's have a good time.
Get at it.
Just get out. Pick something. I'll be there at 7:30. Just tell me where to go.
Love it.
So I was like, well, I wanted to go someplace I hadn't been before. And I hadn't been to Carnevino. And what?
Nothing. I was going to say, how about the kitchen? But you were there. But you're always there. No, see, it was a bad joke, but it was funny. But that's why I didn't say it. You're in the kitchen all the time. Basically telling me, clean this up.
Oh, Scott.
Hello. I can listen to beer and I hear the ocean. Apparently we're out of beer.
You're going to be hearing crickets later. So, so we went to Carnevino, so I had never been there. I was really excited. It's at the Palazzo. I had heard that it was this, supposed to have these fantastic steaks, supposed to be a fantastic place to eat. So I was totally jazzed to go. One of my colleagues was going with me, and then this vendor was going.
3 people total.
He was totally excited to go. So I get there first, and no one else is there. So I just sit down at a table in the bar area, right? And it takes a little while for someone to even come over and acknowledge that I'm sitting there.
At the bar.
I wasn't at the bar. I was at a table in the bar.
Oh, okay.
But I was parched. Finally, someone sort of sees me. He comes over, basically almost flings a menu at me.
Uh-oh.
and is like, here's our drink list. I'll be right back, and takes off. Meanwhile, you know, the other people in the party show up. The guy finally comes back over, and it's like we were almost an inconvenience to him. You know, he was just rushing, just kind of buzzing by, saying 2 words and taking off. So he does finally come over, and they actually order water. One orders water.
Who are these people?
The other one orders sparkling water, and I ordered a glass of Prosecco.
Is this at the bar or at dinner?
This is not in the bar. This is in the bar. We're not at dinner yet.
Okay.
And he brings over first just a glass of water and sits there and takes
By
off.
itself.
By itself.
Here's your water, honey.
Here's your water. And I'm just sitting there going, wow, okay.
Weird.
Then next he comes and he brings an empty glass and sits it in front of my host, basically, and hands me a glass of champagne. So he was the guy that wanted the bubbly water, right? Sparkling water. Eventually, he shows up then with the bottle of sparkling water. Does that seem odd to you?
Well, yes.
Okay, I thought maybe I was just being too picky.
No, does it seem odd to you guys? Yeah, everybody says it seems odd.
So then we were waiting for the table, and so the host was like, hey, asked this same guy, you know, does she know we're sitting over here? He's like, yeah, she knows you're here. So, but nothing was happening. So he gets up and he goes over there, and they're like, no, you have to check out. You have to cash out your bar tab. And then...
So let's stop for a minute. Okay, so that, you know, at TGA Fridays, that happens. It really should not happen at a high-end restaurant.
I thought it was weird.
Yeah, so like we were at, what's that place that we like for our anniversary? It's called Capitol Grill.
Yep.
The Capitol Grill. We had drinks at the bar. They're like,
They usually transfer
would you
it
like
over.
us to transfer? Is that okay? Whatever you'd like. So huge difference there.
I was just really surprised, right? I mean, this is the Palazzo,
Right.
and it is Carnevino. Okay, so whatever. He pays the bill, and we go to sit down. Now, I wish I had sent you this photo, because when you first walk into Carnevino, and anyone that's been there, there's a gigantic statue of a bull when you walk in. And it has its tail kind of flipped up over its back a little bit, which we've experienced when we went to the Grand Canyon.
I was going to say, I wasn't sure. When she said, which we've experienced, I'm like, we probably shouldn't tell about that horseplay.
Here is the best part. I'll get you the picture. You can put it on the website. You guys can look at it afterwards. The tail is flipped up over the backside of the bull, and it's
Gonads.
Back end
Ass.
view, ass, is maybe 10 inches from this other table. So from our angle when we're walking up, it looks like the bull has its tail raised, as it does when it's getting ready to do its business, on the table.
Nice.
We were all standing there. We all started laughing hysterically because we're like, what is that bull doing? And then, of course, all I wanted to do was take a picture of it. I was obsessed with taking a picture of it.
And you did.
Because there was a table full of people sitting there, and literally the bull's rear end is almost backed up straight onto the table. Anyways, I'll have to send you a picture.
Design issue.
So we sit down, and I have to tell you, I wasn't overly, the dining room is nice, but it's kind of a little loud. It's a big, huge, tall ceiling place with lots of tables, not really so much booths, but like the floor to ceiling, curtains, but it wasn't like a wow factor.
It's not fancy.
It's fancy, but it was, I guess in Vegas, maybe I'm getting jaded or something, but it just wasn't like, wow, look at this beautiful dining room.
We
got a bowl pooing on the table. And we're sitting in this room. It's cavernous. It's very echoey, whatever. So I'm sitting there. The other thing that I expected
you should compare it, though, to a place where you had a good experience. So if you go against Capitol Grill, it's very well appointed, very clean, very well. I mean, it's a nice-looking place.
It's more intimate. The tables at Carnevino are definitely closer together. But anyways, I was surprised. I had on black pants. The black seems to be my uniform, I know, but they didn't switch out the napkins. A lot of times at high-end restaurants like that, instead, if you have dark clothes on, they switch out the white napkin for the black napkin. But maybe their white napkins were so good quality they don't shed or something. I mean, I don't know. I might be overly particular. Anyways, so we start looking at the menu. And, we go to a lot of nice restaurants, right?
Right.
How much do you think? Now, they do really dry-aged ribeyes. And, they have this special process, and it's supposed to be really great.
Right.
Right? And it was really great. Let me just say that.
Okay.
But how much do you think their ribeye was?
Typically $50 to $60.
It was $70-some. But you can't just order it one. You have to order two. Two at
What?
$70-some each.
No. But what if what if there's three? Well, there were three of you. What if all three of you wanted
They
a
said
ribeye?
you would have had to order another big giant thing like
You'd have
that.
to order 4
it was
ribeye.
26 ounces or 28 ounces. It was huge.
One ribeye was 26 ounces.
It was giant. It was, and then it had a big bone on it. It was almost
Tomahawk?
They didn't call it tomahawk. but it kinda looked like
Wait. So are you saying that if I wanted to order a ribeye, I couldn't order one ribeye?
You would
I
have
would
had to
have to
order
order
that whole 28
I'd have
ounce.
to, two 28 ounces? So
They
I'd have to
didn't have a
order-
smaller one.
I'd have to order, what is that, close to 60 ounces of meat if I was one by myself, if I wanted a ribeye?
So what we did was we ordered one, we decided we would just share, which is weird, but it worked. So we ordered one, and they must do that a lot because they really, they cut it off the bone and did a good job
Have you guys
there.
ever heard of that before where you had to order, you have to have 2 ribeye? I mean,
And maybe,
no, but
that's right. It's one giant ribeye for 2 people.
Wait, so the 28 ounces is not 28 times 20. It's not 28 twice. It's 28 that you cut in half.
So I didn't see the final bill, but I think it was $140
Oh, wait.
for one
But you
giant
said,
steak.
I thought you said 1 28 ounce and 1 28 ounce. That's not what you said.
No.
So you
We
have.
would have had to order 2 28 ounce for 3 people.
I see. Okay, all right. So they split one of them for 2 people. All right, which is what Ira just said. All right.
So what we did is we ordered one of these ribeyes because that's supposed to be their thing.
So wait a minute. In other words, are you saying that the ribeyes when they plate them, are they
I'm going to tell you.
A and B?
I'm going to tell you in a minute.
All right.
So we
Can
ordered a
stop you for
ribeye.
second? Let me take a live chat question.
Oh, okay.
Live chat question.
Live chat. Jackie was talking about that. Yeah, it was one serving for 2 people, and she says it's $72. She says
Okay.
one ribeye, 2 people, $72.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so then I misunderstood that. So what we did is we ordered the ribeye, but then they had a petite filet mignon. So that's what we did. We figured that'd be enough for all of us. We ordered a salad that we split between us, and we ordered some broccoli.
Right.
So they bring it out, and it's on this giant, it's just huge steak, right? But to my colleague that was there, it looked really, we ordered it medium rare. It really looks still raw, but that's because it's dry aged, so it kind of looks like that, right? They were very gracious. They brought it out on the bone, and then they cut it off the bone and made slices for the sharing. And when they saw that there was some concern about how it was cooked, they were very gracious in taking it off our table and cooking it a little longer, which was the best thing that happened because in the meantime we ate the filet. Now the filet is what they call wet aged.
Are you all sharing this?
Yes.
You're sharing the filet now.
We're sharing the
Wait a minute,
filet.
let me get clarity on this. I don't feel like we're clear on this. So I want to be fair
They
here.
sliced the filet.
What? All right. Yes?
We actually have a picture of the ribeye for 2.
Oh, okay, let's see it. Okay, so did you share that?
Yes. Isn't that massive?
Wait a minute. So that was that $75?
Yes.
So it wasn't 75 times 2.
No, it's 72 total.
It was $72 divided by 2 people.
Let me just say, we only had 1 glass of wine, and our bill was $300.
For 3 people.
And all we ordered was that ribeye, a New York strip. I don't know if it shows on the menu on the website. We ordered a ribeye. We ordered a New York strip. Or sorry, not New York strip, filet. We ordered a salad and broccoli and 1 glass of wine.
So a big old ribeye, a New York strip, a salad, a broccoli, 1 glass of wine, $300. Right? Huh. That seems high-ish. But we got to get clarification on that ribeye.
It was over 300, but that was with tip and stuff.
All right. So how was the service when you got to dinner?
So it's interesting. So our waiter, it was almost like our host, who is a huge foodie, like his dad owned a restaurant in France. He was like, wow, I felt like he was an actor.
Amen.
The way he was presenting the menu, it was like he had it memorized and he was just saying his lines. And then he wouldn't look us in the eye, which makes me crazy. So he was looking over here. There was something very interesting over here. And there was something very interesting over there. So he'd be talking instead of looking at you. He'd be like saying, so the ribeye today is blah, 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 blah.
Crazy.
It was really weird. He was very nice, but it almost was like he was into the theatrics of it instead of just saying, hey, here's our ribeye. It's dry aged. This is what we do. This is sort of the seasoning. It's what we're known as. It really felt kind of weird.
Huh.
So, anyways, he was sort of robotic.
Right.
If I can say that.
You can.
It was just weird. The
Interesting.
whole thing was, I felt like they were a little off.
Yes.
But let me say this about that. So we ate the filet first, then they brought the ribeye out. Oh my God. Okay, the ribeye was phenomenal.
So it was good.
Phenomenal.
Okay.
It made the filet taste like bologna.
There you go. They'll be using their advertising. Our filet tastes like bologna when you eat our ribeye.
So maybe their service was off that day, but I'm serious. Just go and order ribeye. Sit at the bar, order a ribeye, eat it on the bone like a caveman.
Let's get a live chat question here.
Yeah, we have some more people in the chat. Bob Scott, again, doing all the legwork on this one.
Thank you, Bob.
We've got, actually, we brought up the menu. He found a link to the menu.
There we go.
So we have the menu right there. You can look over that.
What's it say?
All right, so that's a good deal.
Dry aged bone ribeye for 2 persons. It was $72.
Right, so that's only $36 a piece.
In New York.
But if you wanted to order, what if you had 3 people and you wanted 3 ribeyes?
Well, so you would order that twice. It'd be $72 for 3 people. So $140 divided by 3 is what? 30, 50.
I guess that's not bad. You normally spend $50
That's not bad.
for a ribeye.
That's okay.
I guess that's right.
Okay,
I guess that's right. Maybe I'm being overly particular. I do feel like their service was off.
Well, here's the deal. So I was actually talking to Dave Malinsky from Vegas Sports Day, who's a big foodie, and he had a great point about. I told him about the feedback you had about the service, and he said, "Look, it was really interesting." He goes, "The challenge right now in Las Vegas is not great food. There are chefs out there who do good work. The challenge is finding good service people who understand what is expected of them.
That have a passion maybe for it?
Yeah, but just understand that if you're spending that kind of money for dinner, there's a certain level of service that you have to abide by to make the whole dining experience worthy of the price. Because the truth of the matter is, there is no reason to spend $72 on a piece of meat in and of itself. It's the whole ambiance. It's what do you do with the piece of meat, and what's the environment within that restaurant that makes that whole dining experience well. As a matter of fact, his comment was, look, a piece of meat, he said, so what do you do with it? Okay, you put it on, and then what do you do? Oh, you flip it. Oh, I see. Oh, that's what you do.
But there are different, there is this dry aging thing, and there are certain seasoning they could use. I mean, it isn't just you throw, the slab of meat on a grill.
Right, but your biggest concern was, you said that the food was great. Eventually, when it got to where you wanted it to be, the food was great.
I really enjoyed the
steak was good. The ribeye was good.
And they bring out a little thing at the beginning before your food comes, like a little, little nosh.
Yeah, right.
And that was a nice touch. But the service to me was weird.
It was off.
It was off.
And then we'll compare it again to Capitol Grill, which is the last nicer place that we were at.
Or Delmonico's.
Right.
So the thing is, you're going to go and spend that money. Are you going to go, and they all have great steaks, right?
Right.
You're going to go to a place where it's like, oh, you're going to fling a menu at me, basically.
That's right. What's the difference between the steak at Delmonico and the steak at, say, Carnevino? It's a toss-up. They're both outstanding. So then you expect that the service will make that evening an event.
Or the ambiance or something.
Right. You're expecting this to be an event. when you're spending that much money on food, you expect it to be an event. And anything less than that's a failure of what they're trying to do. And again, what Dave's issue was, he's saying, look, it's hard to find people who understand that that's part of our our expectation is. So if you've got somebody who's looking at you, not looking at you, who's looking off to the side, which is crazy, which make me crazy.
And the whole thing in the bar was weird.
Yeah, so the
but
problem
the steak, let me just tell you though, that ribeye.
How about the other stuff, the broccoli? I've never had a great broccoli.
I just have to say though, I just can't quite get past the ribeye because the ribeye was so good.
Yeah.
It was you would have been in heaven.
Okay, so here it is. We're gonna wrap up the show.
Broccoli. Oh, you're done. Well, let me just say the broccoli and the salad were great, but it's broccoli and salad. Let's talk about the meat. I'm a carnivore.
So hot and horrible. Hot and horrible. What's it going to be? Carnevino.
Medium rare.
Oh my God, it's like saying an A.
It's a B. I wouldn't. You know what? I'm not going to go back there.
You know what? The segment is called Hot and Horrible.
I'm making my own rules. I'm not. I don't want to go back. I wouldn't mind going back to show you the bull because it's funny.
All right. So if you like bull.
I don't know if his nads were there. I'm just saying that his tail was up and it looked like he was going to do some business.
All right. So we're at a little bit over now. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay.
And what are we going to say? We're going to say, A, thank you to studio audience. Special thanks to the Candy Man. Again, bread and butter. We're going to be all over these guys. Bread and butter down in.
Can I have that back?
Yes. Good stuff there. And you know what? And I will say one more thing about these guys. If you get all the food critics who are a bunch of crazy people, if they're all saying it's good, you know, it's probably pretty good. So thanks for the live studio. Thanks for the live chat. If you guys want to reach out to us, you can do so at onairq@livinginlv.com. If you want to be adopted, and who wouldn't, because there's a chance that if you get adopted, you're going to get pregnant. And you'll send that email to friends@livinginlv.com. And again, you can check us out on Vegas Video Network. Check us out on Roku, iTunes, YouTube, and KSHP 1400. Friday night features from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock every Friday night. Again, that's it. I am Scott Winnie, the white chocolate guy. You know, the real problem with these people is they have too damn much time on their hands to change it. But I am white chocolate. And I leave you with what Barry White says, which is, love you, baby. We'll see you next week. Maybe. I don't know. Take care, everybody.
Take it.